Right now, President Trump is getting ready to return to the White House after 3 days of COVID-19 treatment at Walter Reed. We'll bring you there live as he is discharged.
And police are trying to find the source of a neo-Nazi sticker that was placed on local newspapers in Middleton.
Plus, a handful of Madison businesses are suing American Transmission Company for its role in an explosion at fire downtown in the summer of 2019.
This is News 3 Now at 5:30.
Thank you for joining us. President Trump is expected to leave Walter Reed Medical Center at any minute now. He has been receiving COVID-19 treatment there since Friday. We'll take a live look again once we see the president departing. And if you are looking for more coverage of the president being discharged, you can find the CBS Evening News airing right now on TVW channel 3.2 over the air.
First tonight, it was tough to miss a bold red sticker attached to some newspapers around the Madison area over the weekend.
The racist posting has people in Middleton angry and wanting some answers. Jamie Perez joins us live in front of the Middleton Police Department with what we know about these stickers. Jamie?
All right, well, the woman that I spoke to today said this was the newspaper that she got on her driveway yesterday. This is the September 30th edition of the Cap Times, and this is the sticker that is going around. And today I actually spoke with the Cap Times. They said that this morning was the first time that they even heard about this. Chelsea Negretti was surprised by a newspaper ending up on her driveway this weekend, but even more so by what was on the front.
I knew right away that it was part of the propaganda that had gone out to us Middletonites, I guess.
Attached to the Cap Times paper was a sticker promoting a racist line from the National Alliance, a violent neo-Nazi group.
It's really unnerving finding something like this in your yard and having the thought that people could even think like that.
Everybody in Middleton is not happy about it, and we're not welcoming this kind of message.
Middleton Alder Katie Nelson said several people told her they got the same thing in their driveways, but Nelson did not get one, and she's just a couple houses down from Negretti.
It really adds fuel to the fire. Here in Middleton, we're trying to own up to whatever racist actions have been taken in this city in the past.
Cap Times publisher and editor Paul Fanlin said these stickers go against everything the paper stands for.
We are deeply disappointed to hear that our print editions were used for this purpose. And we find it highly ironic that the stickers were attached to our newspaper, because we have stood against racism ever since we worked to prevent the Ku Klux Klan from coming to Madison 100 years ago.
While police investigate several reports over the past 2 days, the people in this neighborhood have their own message to whoever did this.
It's disgusting. This is horribly disgusting behavior, and it makes me ashamed that this is happening in our state, in our neighborhood, and it needs to stop.
I want to be an active part of getting rid of thoughts like this. So we're going to do everything we can to not let this message live here.
Middleton police are investigating several reports that they received over the past couple of days, and they said that if you are someone that has received one of these newspapers, or if you have some home surveillance video showing who may have been distributing these, to please contact the local police department.
Jamie, thank you. Beloit police are asking the public for information as well about a homicide that happened early Saturday. 26-year-old Chelsea Payton was killed near Park and Grand Avenues. One other victim treated for a gunshot wound. Officials are looking to interview anyone who was at a large gathering in that area prior to the shooting. Anyone with information is asked to call Beloit Area Crime Stoppers. To weather now. Warmer this week. Let's check your first warn forecast. Here's Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti. Gary?
Well, having the sunshine back really makes a difference in the temperatures, but so do the mild southerly winds. There's a live view from the Quebe Radio Skycam in Platteville showing bright sunshine. Visible cloud track shows very few clouds across the state of Wisconsin right now. And as we look at low temperatures this morning, those clear skies allowed temperatures to drop off into the middle 20s to the lower 30s over much of southern Wisconsin. Janesville dropped to 32, Madison dropped to 33, but current temperatures range from around 60 or a little bit above in Madison and Janesville to the west, to temperatures in the upper 50s to around 60 to the east of town. By tomorrow morning, we'll only drop to about 48 degrees with mostly clear skies becoming partly cloudy overnight. And then tomorrow should be a mostly sunny and even milder day with a high temperature of 69 degrees. Looks like we'll stay mild through the rest of this week. I'll have more details and weather in just a few minutes.
Dane County health officials say hospitalizations from COVID-19 have reached a record high. As of yesterday, 47 people were hospitalized in Dane County. The previous record was set back in April when 46 patients were hospitalized for COVID-19 complications. Wisconsin is again seeing daily case totals above 2,000. Yesterday was the first time since September 23rd that the state's daily count has been below 2,000. An additional 6 people have died and more than 700 Wisconsinites are in the hospital.
White House Press Secretary Kayleigh McEnany is the latest high-profile official in President Trump's immediate circle to test positive. She spoke with journalists without a mask this weekend. Now the White House is urging members of the media to get tested. Despite being sidelined from the campaign trail, the president continues to use Twitter, sending at least a dozen tweets from his hospital suite today, urging his supporters to vote.
I think we should be very cautious, as I've thought all along, and I'm going to continue to listen to the scientists. Our campaign.
Meanwhile, Joe Biden hit the campaign trail in Florida after his latest COVID test came back negative. Vice President Mike Pence and his wife Karen also tested negative for the virus. The vice president preparing to debate Democratic vice presidential candidate Kamala Harris in Utah on Wednesday. The latest CBS News Battleground Tracker poll shows voters in Ohio are showing an even preference between the president and Joe Biden. Biden maintains his lead in Pennsylvania, which President Trump won narrowly in 2020.
2/3 of Americans say President Trump handled the risk of coronavirus infection to others around him irresponsibly. That is according to a new CNN poll. 69% said they trusted little of what they heard from the White House about the president's health, with only 12% saying they trusted almost all of it. And 60% of people say they don't approve of how the president has handled the outbreak, with 63% saying they don't believe his own infection will change anything about the way he handles the pandemic. More than a dozen states have set records for new COVID-19 cases in the past 2 weeks.
Can stop this from being a quote-unquote second wave in New York City.
Yesterday, New York City Mayor Bill de Blasio announced a plan to reinstate coronavirus restrictions in several New York City zip codes where the positivity rate is above 3%. If approved by the governor, the order would close all non-essential businesses and restrict restaurant services. It also means no students in public or private school classrooms.
More local news now. 19 Madison businesses are suing American Transmission Company for losses caused by an explosion and fire at an electrical substation back in July of 2019. That lawsuit claims ATC and its insurance provider failed to properly maintain the components of that electrical substation there on Blount Street, which caused the explosion and blackouts all throughout the city. Thousands of Madisonians were without power and air conditioning for hours on one of the hottest days that summer. Coming up next, the president, we understand, is set to depart. Walter Reed Medical Center will bring you the very latest on what's happening with the president. And a local church is offering mental health care free of charge for anyone in the community. We'll hear why they feel these services are so necessary right now. And more local news ahead tonight at 10, following your absentee ballot. A look at where they are kept until Election Day. That's tonight at 10. And we are going to bring you back now to live pictures of the president departing Walter Reed Medical Center, obviously gesturing to supporters outside as he prepares to board Marine One. Going down the steps there. He's been there since Friday when he was taken there via Marine One. We've heard press briefings throughout the weekend. He'll then go to Marine One and depart shortly for the White House, where he will continue to receive treatment there.
Walking the same way, Eric, as he did to Marine One when he was leaving the White House on Friday, and doing the exact same thing today.
Of course, this was planned earlier today. We heard it from his doctor, Dr. Conley, mentioning the president, of course, has downplayed his time at the hospital, writing via social media, quote, "Don't be afraid of COVID. Don't let it dominate your life." But the president did have access to experimental treatments unavailable to most Americans. We heard about the antibody cocktail he received, and doctors have said the president did need supplemental oxygen on 2 occasions. But again, he will continue to receive care once he arrives back at the White House.
And again, if you are interested in more coverage of the president's departure, you can watch the CBS Evening News airing right now on TVW.
Replacing your windows with Renewal by Andersen is easy. We're here when you need us, and we'll work with you the way you want. We can inspect your windows from the exterior of your home. And when it's time to install your new windows, we complete most jobs in as little as 1 day, minimizing the amount of time in your home. Our teams take health and safety seriously. It's the kind of experience you've come to expect from the Renewal by Andersen name and the promise you deserve with our signature service.
I do not buy it for 1 second that the vitality of American manufacturing is a thing of the past. It has to be part of the engine of new prosperity in America now. And it starts with a pretty basic idea. When we spend taxpayers' money, we should use it to buy American products and support American jobs. We'll invest $400 billion. That's how much the federal government will spend for products made by American workers. Building materials, including steel products like those produced here. In addition to bringing back the jobs that have been lost this year, my plan will help create at least 5 million new, good-paying jobs in manufacturing and innovation, and create them right here in the United States of America. I know the history and the heart of this country. There's not a single thing we've ever failed to do when we've decided to do it together. I'm Joe Biden, and I approve this message.
Menards has what you need to keep your home safe. From smoke and carbon monoxide alarms to fire extinguishers and more, Kidde Home Safety products keep your family protected from emergencies. Grab a smoke alarm with a sealed-in battery. It lasts up to 10 years, so you can have peace of mind without changing batteries. Save 11% on all Kidde Home Safety products right now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards. You're watching News 3 Now at 5:30.
And once again, we want to take a live look at Walter Reed Medical Center, Bethesda, Maryland. President Trump, we saw moments ago, leaving Walter Reed, walking down those steps and heading over for Marine One, where he will depart shortly for the White House, where he has spent the last 3 nights, I guess it is, since he left the White House on Friday to get treatment for COVID-19, making his way back to Marine One. I believe he's on board now. I think he boarded while we were in commercial break. He will continue to get treatment there at the White House.
The president tweeted to announce his planned departure this afternoon, and he did downplay his time at the hospital, writing, quote, "Don't be afraid of COVID. Don't let it dominate your life." But the president, once again, has boarded Marine One, and we are waiting for Marine One to take off and go back to the White House. Again, if you are interested in more coverage of the president's departure, you can watch the CBS Evening News airing right now on TVW.
More local news now. Governor Evers has announced an additional $47 million to help provide Wisconsin residents with child care, food, rental assistance, and other necessities during the pandemic. Organizations that provide care to school-aged children throughout the pandemic, a housing assistance program, food security initiative, they'll all get $10 million apiece from federal CARES Act funding. Wisconsin's low-income home energy assistance program, which helps Wisconsinites pay their utility bills, will receive $15 million. And finally, $1 million will be invested in a statewide health insurance navigator to help people facing unemployment and losing their coverage.
Madison's Mount Zion Church Baptist Church is offering free therapy to anyone in need. Reverend Dr. Marcus Allen says he saw the impact that the pandemic plus social unrest is having on his congregation, so he decided to add a therapy office within the church.
I wanted to be able to not only recommend a place to go to, but now I can just grab somebody by the hand and walk them down the hall and get them to a professional that can help them through whatever distress they may be enduring.
Anissa's Family Therapy was selected for the program, particularly because they can meet the cultural needs of the community. Mount Zion is Madison's largest black congregation with more than 500 members, but services are available to everyone. The church would like to keep these services free and asks for community support to do so.
Still ahead at 5:30, Sauk County looking for a new public health director. We'll hear from Tim Lawther about the frustrations surrounding the pandemic response that sparked his resignation. And temperatures getting back into the 60s this week, maybe even the 70s by the weekend. Gary with your full forecast next.
Hey, Madison voters, don't let the pandemic suppress your vote. Create your safe voting plan now. You have options. Visit cityofmadison.com/clerk to create your safe voting plan today. Brought to you by the Madison City Clerk's Office.
Joe Biden isn't an epidemiologist. He's not an economist or military general. But what he is the kind of leader who listens to the experts and a candidate who has earned their support. And what he'll be is a president who leads us out of this crisis and a commander-in-chief who respects those who have served. Because Joe Biden knows this moment is not about him, but about what we can do together. FFPAC is responsible for the content of this ad.
Attention homeowners, we started with 50. Now we're looking for 30 homeowners who need a kitchen upgrade. Mad City Kitchens is your trusted local source for kitchen cabinet refacing. Avoid a lengthy remodel, stay under budget, and get a beautiful modern kitchen in as little as 2 days. Our design consultants make it easy and fun. Mad City Kitchens is Wisconsin's #1 ranked remodeler. 30 homeowners who call now will receive special savings on a kitchen upgrade with 75% off labor, 60 months 0% interest. Plus, receive a bonus $100 Walmart gift card with purchase. We'll compensate you for your time. Call during this program for a free $50 Amazon gift card with your in-home estimate. From Madison throughout South Central Wisconsin, have your zip code and location ready to qualify. Call 608-298-5383. That's 608-298-5383.
A job's about a lot more than a paycheck. It's about your dignity. Under my plan, 50% of emergency small business relief would be reserved for the smallest businesses to recover from the economic mess we're in and to rebuild the economic future our country deserves. Building wealth for families of color. Building a future worthy of their courage and their ambition. Just imagine if we could truly unleash their full potential. I'm confident we can do this. I'm Joe Biden, and I approve this message.
Hey, Madison voters, don't let the pandemic suppress your vote. Create your safe voting plan now. You have options. Visit cityofmadison.com/clerk to create your safe voting plan today. Brought to you by the Madison City Clerk's Office.
A live look once again at Walter Reed in Bethesda. Marine One has left the grounds of Walter Reed Medical Center in Bethesda and has just taken off, headed for the White House. It's about a 9-mile flight, much longer when you're driving. Let's just put it that way. He'll return to the White House and continue to receive treatment for COVID-19 there. We'll have more coverage tonight on News 3 Now at 10.
The Sauk County Public Health Director resigned after months of frustration, saying that elected officials turned COVID-19 into a political tool that is only creating a divide in our community. Gabriella Becerra shares what's next for Sauk County Health Department.
Sauk County is similar to the whole country. There's a clear divide on how to handle COVID-19, and it's a reason why the public health director is leaving after just 1 year in his position. As a public health director, Tim Lothar says he looks to science and data to determine what's best to protect his community from the coronavirus. But he knows not everybody does, and that's why he's choosing to leave. In his resignation letter, Lothar says county leadership decisions prohibited him from having a voice in the community and felt there was nothing else he could do to make change.
We choose to fight with one another and make it a political tool to have one side go against another side just because they happen to wear a piece of cloth over their face or they don't.
The Sauk County Board Chair Tim McCumber says he understands his reasons for leaving and doesn't have any concerns about filling the position and moving forward. Lothar's last day is October 14th, and the county will select his replacement. In Baraboo, Gabriella Becerra, News 3 Now.
The Sauk County Board Chair says they're working with multiple agencies to fill that position. There is a deputy director who is trained to do Lothar's position in the meantime. And here's Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti with a look at our first warn forecast.
Well, last night was a chilly night across southern Wisconsin. In fact, most of the state of Wisconsin. Temperatures in the low to mid 30s outside the western portion of the state. Madison dropped to 33. There were several pockets where temperatures dropped into the 20s through central Wisconsin. But notice out to the west, temperatures were about 10 to 15 degrees milder, and that's what will be the case tonight. I'm only looking for low temperatures to drop into the upper 40s. 3 things you need to know in the forecast. The sunny skies that we had today will continue for the rest of this week through Friday, and then we'll just go partly sunny skies for Saturday, Sunday, and Monday of next week. Dry weather is also expected through Monday of next week with no rain in the forecast during that period, but the mild weather will continue through Tuesday. We'll probably squeak out a 70-degree plus temperature on Tuesday as winds continue out of the south, but we will see some shower and thunderstorm chances by Tuesday afternoon. Tropical storm Delta almost near hurricane strength now with maximum sustained winds of 60 miles per hour just southwest of Jamaica. The forecast path from the National Hurricane Center strengthens it into a Category 2 and then eventually a Category 3 hurricane as it passes by the tip of the Yucatan Peninsula of Mexico and then heads out into the very warm waters of the Gulf of Mexico. And then after that, it is expected to curve northward and then eventually north-northeastward, and this brings it very close to the Louisiana coastline by Friday afternoon. But with the wind circulation in a counterclockwise manner, this is not a good situation for New Orleans, because not only do you have the strong winds, but you also have that storm surge that piles up very easily because of the geography of Louisiana and Mississippi and Alabama. So that water can pile up and perhaps cause quite a bit of flooding in the New Orleans area. That really remains to be watched. And then heavy rain will continue as the storm moves inland and weakens into a tropical storm over the southeastern part of the country. So there's Delta right now. Notice at the upper levels, the winds right now from east to west, which is typical in the tropics, but then as it gets into the Gulf of Mexico, notice those winds become a little more northeasterly. So that's what will cause the curvature and then probably headed toward the Louisiana coast by late this week. The rest of the country, very quiet right now. Not much in the way of precipitation, just a few showers up in northern Minnesota. That's right along a weak cold front, which is dropping southeastward, really not having much of an effect on the temperatures. In fact, if you look at the Midwest right now, we're in the 60s for the most part, upper 60s to the west, even some low 70s, but the air is just a little bit drier across western Minnesota and the Dakotas, so nighttime low temperatures will be a little cooler there. Compared to 24 hours ago, our temperatures are running about 10 to 15 degrees warmer, and that trend will continue overnight. So for tomorrow, look for a high temperature of 69, a milder day with west to southwesterly winds, and that high temperature here in Madison at 69. Some areas will hit 70. Same thing for Wednesday. Wednesday will be a little breezier. We'll drop just a couple of degrees to the mid-60s on Thursday with plenty of sunshine. We're back up into the 70s for the weekend into the early part of next week. Again, that thunderstorm chance Tuesday afternoon and Tuesday night on a cold front, and then temperatures will drop back to near or slightly below normal toward the end of next week.
And coming up in sports, Jack Cohn out, but for how long? What his head coach had to say about his quarterback's approach since the injury? That's next on News 3 Now.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Drive-through flu shots are now at Hy-Vee. Your Hy-Vee pharmacy now has a drive-through flu shot clinic, so you don't even have to leave your car to get your flu shot. It's fast and convenient, and there's no appointment necessary. Check with your local store for flu shot clinic hours. And you can still get your flu shot safely inside the store anytime the pharmacy is open, with no appointment necessary. Get your flu shot, plus earn a 20-cent fuel saver, only at Hy-Vee. Some restrictions apply.
Join Anytime Fitness on Tuesday, October 6th during our 12-hour sale and literally only pay what you can. It's our way of helping you get back to making healthy happen. Pay what you can on Tuesday, October 6th at Anytime Fitness.
Now's the time to get the beautiful modern kitchen you've always wanted with custom cabinet refacing by Mad City Kitchens. We'll turn your old, outdated kitchen into the kitchen of your dreams in as little as 2 days. Right now, 30 homeowners will save with 75% off labor, plus 60 months 0% interest. You'll get a bonus $100 Walmart gift card with purchase, and call during this program to receive a free gift with your in-home estimate.
Attic Angel Community has earned a reputation as the one and only. But what's so memorable to the people who live here?
It's good local heart. Interesting friends.
The view from my window.
Continuing education.
The food.
The amazing art studio.
Happy hour.
There are many reasons to love Attic Angel Community, but there's just one Attic Angel.
what would Joe Biden's plan do for you? Families with young children could get nearly $7,000 for childcare. Buying your first home, you'll get $15,000 towards the down payment. If you get paid by the hour, your income could grow by as much as $14,000. Older seniors, your yearly Social Security benefits could increase by $1,300. The Biden plan. The wealthy and big corporations pay more, you benefit.
I'm Joe Biden, and I approve this message.
More breaking news from Washington. The president was just feet off the ground there on the White House lawn after the short flight on Marine One from Walter Reed in Bethesda, returning after spending 3 nights there after contracting COVID-19. And of course, we'll have much more coverage coming away tonight on News 3 now at 10.
Had a setback with Jack, and he's going to see a specialist, and so we'll know more in the coming days.
As in the severity of Jack Cohn's foot injury and how long he'll be out. And it doesn't sound good. It was a non-contact injury Cohn suffered while dropping back in practice on Saturday. So now redshirt freshman Graham Mertz is getting all the first-team reps at QB. And as far as Cohn goes, he's handling it like anyone would. He's disappointed, but he's also still thinking about the team and how he can help the guys until he's back with the Badgers.
You know, obviously, last thing any guy wants is to not be able to participate, you know. And for a guy like Jack, it's, heck, if he missed one practice, he's disappointed. And this, you know, maybe more, right? And so he's pretty neat that way. I mean, his focus, it's not about him and feeling sorry for himself. He does focus on the guys and this team.
Devontae Adams practiced all week, but he won't be playing in tonight's game. The news didn't sit well with Adams, who tweeted out this morning, "I've done everything I need to do and proved I'm ready, but I guess I don't know my body as well as others." That tweet has since been deleted. So the top 2 receivers versus Atlanta tonight are MVS and Darius Shepard. Shep has 1 career catch to his name and was recently called up from the practice squad. But Matt LaFleur is looking at this as a great opportunity for the young wideout.
The confidence has been building up for a year and a half. So we're extremely excited about Shep, and now is an opportunity for him to make a bigger impact on the game.
You know, I always believed in myself, but just, you know, having to, you know, go through last year and really just kick in and be like, hey, this is what I want to do, and work to get better. And, you know, I'm excited to be in this position right now, you know, back with the team.
Yesterday, the NFL pushed back the Packers and Falcons kickoff to 7:50. Today, they moved the start time to 8 o'clock. The original time shift was made after the Patriots and Chiefs game was rescheduled for tonight at 6:05 on CBS.
Yeah, so that's coming up in about 10 minutes, so stay tuned for that right after that. Let's get quickly to Gary for a final check of the forecast.
Well, not as cold for tonight. Low temperature will drop to about 48. High temperature tomorrow, 69 with plenty of sunshine. And temperatures will be in the mid-60s to the lower 70s for the weekend and into early next week. Next chance of rain late Tuesday.
All right, Gary, thank you very much. Again, football coming away next. Thanks for joining us for News 3 Now at 6.
We'll see you back here at 10.